Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beta Breakdown. And I feel like I can barely keep up with all the stuff that's happening in this game. I keep trying to release other videos, and then stuff keeps happening, and I want to keep you guys informed. So here we are again. We're right on the cusp of version 37 being released, which has a decent number of changes in it. Some that just seem good, and some that are different and kind of tough to say what it's going to look like. There's one fix in particular that changes something I hadn't really thought about, but it clarifies it in a way that I can't really tell how that's going to manifest itself. So we'll talk about that. So yeah, a bunch going on today. Version 37 coming out soon. Let's get into it. As a quick reminder, another fun game that I'm playing right now is Gemstone Legends, which is probably not a surprise to anyone at this point since there are multiple people on YouTube playing this game and talking about it, but that's for good reason, and it is a fun game. It's got a really deep strategy element that I enjoy, and yeah, if you want to try it out, there's a download link in the description of this video, along with a promo code to give you a $50 head start in the game, and that means 50 summons. So you can get in for free, get a great head start, which is not offered to you in Empires and Puzzles, and see if you like it. And I'll be doing a lot more content, trying to demystify some of the more complex elements so that you don't have to work as hard to figure these things out. There is a decent learning curve to this game, but that implies a big strategic depth, which I think is totally a good thing. So I've got a Gemstone Legends playlist if you want to see some of those videos as you get started, but I hope you'll join me in checking it out, and let's talk about the new changes coming to Empires and Puzzles. Okay, so first things first, raid formations are back, and there are those three alternatives: double, reverse double, and reverse. Is that what they were called? And it's only for raids. So still no announcements, at least sort of public, with formations having anything to do with wars or tournaments. I'm not opposed to that. I think it could be fun in wars to have it like a mandatory cycle where this particular war, everyone has to do reverse formation, with arrow attacks or something like that. I think that could be a fun thing to bring to war. But we'll see. So yeah, those will be coming back. Basically, once everyone has been forced to update is when we'll see that change go live, I believe. So as always, you need to have the Hero Academy built, but even if you don't, you'll still be able to see formations in your raids, which is something that some people like and some people don't like. You can still only change it once every 24 hours. So I'm kind of happy to see formations back. I thought they were fun. I thought it was interesting how they changed the usefulness of certain heroes, where hit 3 heroes can now hit all in the double and reverse double. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. The next thing has to do with Path of Valor, which we haven't heard anything about in quite a while, and I think this seems like a good change, and it addresses something that kept me from really being that engaged with it, and so that is the addition of Valor Chests. So Valor Chests and Mega Valor Chests added to, I think, the next Path of Valor, which will be the 9th one. Gaining extra Valor points after completing the Path of Valor rewards. Oh, okay. This is written weird. Gaining extra Valor points after completing Path of Valor rewards players with Valor Chests, which contain many useful items. Valor Chests have been added as rewards for reaching milestone 50. Purchasing the Valor Pass rewards players with a Mega Valor Chest, which contains even higher value loot than the normal. So for me, there has been zero incentive to get to level 50, and now there's finally a reason to complete all of the daily challenges. Some of them I find to just be annoying, and sometimes it's bad timing where you're upgrading your barracks and then suddenly you have to gain a level for troops and you're kind of screwed. So, it's not like it's mandatory, but it rewards people who want to go the extra mile. We have no idea at this point what's going to be in these chests. And, as we saw for season 3 with the gnomes or whatever, their extra bonuses they release are not always that enticing. So the gnomes were kind of a flop in my opinion. You don't really get that much good stuff from them, and I'm not wasting any flasks on farming them. I do just try to advance in season 3 when Valhalla Forever is going on, but the gnomes are not really much of an incentive. So this will be interesting. There's finally an incentive to do all the daily challenges, so I'm going to give that a try now and see if the rewards are worth it. I don't think we'll know about what these rewards are until after it's completed, so hopefully all that extra effort is not wasted. But we'll see. I'll poke around a little bit too and see if I can find out any information about what those chests were looking like. It might still be finalized since we're still 2 to 3 weeks away from this Path of Valor being finished, so maybe it's not known yet, but I'll see what I can find out about that. So then there's the balance changes that we talked about in the previous beta breakdown, so I'm going to skip over those, but a lot of buffs to Season 1 heroes. And even some buffs to costumes, but not all of them. And then we just have some random fixes and changes. So the one that I think is most interesting is... So right here, there's the fix the issue where Alfreich paired with Wukong, if she misses, she won't fire all 5 cubes. I don't know if that is true for just with Wukong or for blind in general, but a lot of people have been pointing out that Bai Yang, for example, is a really good counter to Alfreich because if she misses the first cube, she misses all of them, and he gives a 75% chance to miss. So hopefully this fixes the miss bug in general, but it's weird how they stated it very clearly in combination with Wukong, and Gambler's stance is very different than blind, even though they both have a chance to miss. So I'm thinking maybe it doesn't apply to blind, but we will find out. The main thing is, so there's the Frost nerf, you could think of it, where he can now only buff up to 200% HP, and the Sashat minions will also be capped, they say, at reasonable numbers, so very vague. We have no idea what they think are reasonable numbers, but it's not like this was something you could really exploit in too many different areas. It was like, if you went on certain map stages and brought a ton of mana potions, you could get some ridiculous stuff to happen, but it was never going to happen in wars or raids in a way that really contributed to helping you win. So it makes sense they would cap it. It's just kind of, makes sense to me. There was a bug where Scotty's special gained extra stacks if a hero was killed that had a fiend on them. So even though fiends are not counting as minions, someone had observed it's only if the hero dies, because you can't kill the fiends with damage, but if 2 heroes died with 1 fiend on each of them, you got 4 stacks from it. And that was apparently a bug. So the code, I guess, was not reflecting the fact that fiends and minions were distinctly different, and there was some shared characteristics that allowed this to happen, and they have now distanced that. So far, Uraeus is the only hero that has been edited to affect fiends specifically, and Scotty's thing was a bug that they have now fixed. So here's the big news. All status effect actions are done in age order from oldest to newest. If the hero receives burn/poison before HP recovery, the damage is done before healing. If a special casts multiple status effects, the first status effect on the special description is considered the oldest and the last is newest, and the correct order can be seen on the battle info panel on the status effect list. So when you press and hold on a hero and it shows you what statuses are active on them, it will now have something to indicate the order of those and which will be expiring soonest and which will be expiring latest. So the interesting thing here, which I can't really tell what the impact will be, is burn and poison and water damage and frost and all that stuff, if it's older, will go off before healing. And I think the way that it was done now is they kind of all happened at the same time. So if you were going to heal for 150, say you had 90 HP left, you were going to heal for 150, and the burn damage was going to deal, something less than that, then you wouldn't die. But now, if you have 90 HP and you're going to heal for 150, and the burn damage is going off for 100, for example, you'll die because you only have 90 HP. The burn is older, it's going to hit first, and then the healing would trigger afterwards. So again, this makes sense, as much as anything reasonably can. Like, it doesn't make sense that you can have burn damage and water damage at the same time. Like, how are you going to be on fire and drowning at the same time? So you kind of have to suspend belief a little bit. But in terms of the game distinctly moving in chronological order in a turn-based fashion, it does make sense for there to be a chronological priority to status effects. So I'm kind of excited to see that level of sophistication added. It's one more thing to be strategic about, and then you can know, okay, I don't need to hit this hero because they're going to take 200 burn damage and they only have 175 health. So even though they're healing, it's not going to matter. And any of those opportunities to be more strategic are things that are really exciting for me. So it's hard to tell how this is going to play out, and I'm sure it will negatively impact me at times. But yeah, I'm actually, that one seems cool to me for some reason. Let's see if there's anything else. Some minor issues. Non-passive family bonus effects are now shown when activated. Non-passive. I forget what the villain family bonus is. But yeah, those are the changes coming up in V37. I think they roll it out not to everyone all at the same time, and sometimes they do Android before iOS or vice versa. So you may or may not see this yet, but make sure to update when you do, and then all these changes will come out a little bit sooner if everyone follows suit. So yeah, let me know what you think of these changes in the comments down below. I feel like these are positive in my opinion. There's no quality of life changes, really. There's some clarifications, which I do like. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any future uploads of mine. That is one way that you can be notified and get this information as soon as possible whenever there's important stuff going on. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.